Just in, mass protest breaks out in Lagos. What's the protest for? Hundreds of Lagos residents took to the streets on Friday morning, protesting what they describe as rising hunger and unjust demolition that have rendered many families homeless in Oworoshoki and other parts of the state. The peaceful demonstration, which began around 10 a.m., was led by the Take It Back movement in collaboration with several civil society organizations. Okay, that's CHA0S, this thing. Protesters converged at Ikeja Bridge as early as 7:30 a.m. before marching towards Alausa. And the seat of the Lagos state government, they carried placards bearing inscriptions such as "Stop the Demolition" and "End Hunger Now." According to the groups, the Lagos state government's anti-poor policies, including widespread demolition without proper resettlement plans, have deepened economic hardship for ordinary citizens. Families are being displaced without alternatives and they can no longer afford food. The government is punishing the poor instead of helping them, one of the protesters said. Security operatives, including officers of the Nigerian Police Force and the Lagos Neighborhood Safety Corps, were stationed around the Alausa axis to maintain order as the protests gained momentum. As of the time of filing this report, the protesters have arrived at the Lagos State Secretariat chanting solidarity song and demanding to meet Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu or his representatives. Okay, now, good for you people. Chat says it's alright. Hope the pain is listening. Listening to what? Now it says Lagos State government no want people again for the state. Say if una no make una know today with the body language you go know say they no want people again. Dr. Amon says Tinubu and his boys so calming and so calling governor are doing to people must back them. Must back them. Ezimura says as such they live like brothers and sisters for so many years and married each other until the situation started changing during the 2015 presidential election. It eventually became worse during and after the 2023 presidential elections. It is often said that after a rope who has been caught, no matter how one tries, you cannot get it back to its original state. The youth of today must be very careful. They are destroying what took years to build, and the results may start being evident in 10 years. I don't understand. Nike said, what exactly are you aiming at? Me say, if I don't know, what exactly are you trying to say? The youth of today must be very careful. They are destroying what took years to build. What are they destroying that took years to build? Because I don't really know what you are driving at, really. Because it says the so-called political leaders will use their political power to bring Nigeria to zero in the name reckless and hopeless demolition of an already existing economic source. There are bushes and forests in Nigeria that kidnappers have claimed where the government can clear and turn it into. Under London, and by so doing, there will be explosive economic growth and advancement. Okay, now. Ezimura says it was such that Sir Louis Odumegwu Ojukwu's personal vehicle was used to convey Queen Elizabeth of England around in her visit to Nigeria. Sir Louis Odumegwu Ojukwu lived and established in Lagos State, and same as many wealthy Igbo men after him. We also grew up in the early 1980s to find the people of Ghana in almost all the villages in Nigeria. They were truly hardworking, but were much, and it got to the point that Nigerian state Ghana must go, with notable Ghana must go. Maruf Ajoa says, God will judge the government for suffering innocent citizens just to benefit themselves. Is everybody destined to be rich while suffering the poor masses? God will help us. Abolin says Lagos state government thinks they are doing Tinubu any good by attacking Igbo businesses and building it, but it will bounce back on Sanwo-Olu. Shakira says when we say we need revolution, the weak cannot be partakers. It is time someone gets rid of those bastards selling our rights to their flowers. Flowers. Victor says it's too early to forget that whatever you plant you shall reap, even double after that. John Honor says APC fail Nigeria and votes Peter Obi for 2027. Dele says, to be candidate, Tinubu has aligned with demons to make life miserable for Nigerians. Let's keep praying to God to rescue us from this internal colonialism and Egyptian slavery. Atiro Morrissey says, well done, Demolition. The governor and the undertakers, you are doing well. John Ife says, but Igbos are still going to redeem and winners. So what happens? They are going to redeem and winners. So Hamadi says, the environment for Igbos and you get rid of them before leaving. We follow it without having to demolish or destroy their businesses. Okay, Chief Osani Lucy says, please, I need enlightenment about this demolition exercise. Why is it? And what's the remedy for a house demolished? What's the remedy? Some most of the time they'll say they built it on government property, or they built it close to the canal, or they built it close to a place where there is a transformer or something, so they will demolish the house. Meanwhile, when you were buying the land, when you were building it, they must have seen it, or they will wait for you to finish building. And then when you finish building, they will now come and destroy what you have built. Very wicked behavior. Abimbola says, most people live by force in Lagos. Why not go back to your various states? Whether you like it or not, Tinubu is 4+4 till 2031. Akola Toye says, fake news from IPOB unknown government. You are not serious. Ebedike Bias Squad and any Bakati boys. Houston says, these are Igbo's motivated protests. You are accommodated in another far region, and you always want to dominate the people there. How many land have you sold to Yoruba people in Anambra, Imo, Abia states? You discriminate others, and yet you have king in other people's land. Winston John says, Association of Professional Criminals, nothing good can come from the zoo kingdom. Never say never. Never say never. Olushola says, these people are jobless. Instead of going to the farm, they are crying hunger. Now, so that hunger, now you go buy una. Now you go buy you too. Now you go buy you too. Papa Lin says, I blame some of your come next election votes for who will help the people and not collecting bread and 1,000 naira. Pastor Ezekiel says, very, very wicked, but the God is watching you. Okay, now. Godwin says, that's your brother, so don't disturb our ears. Ezekiel says, please, you're in Lagos. Fake news. Okay, now, fake news. Okay. Precious Okoro says, high cost of living. Once your expenses go above your income, you have wear the wrong shoes. Yes, too. FGFG says, life is so sweet to read Yorubas. They play, they deceive yourself there. Yeah? Be suffering and smiling. And listeners, don't forget to like, to share, and subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.